Hey everybody, Russ Curtis, licensed clinical mental health counselor. Thanks for joining me today. We're still in this series, recognizing that we're not alone in stuff we experience. And so I want to talk about these. Do these everyday things secretly bother you? Now I'm drawing on research, and I'll put some of the sources in the comment box. But I think you're going to identify with a lot of these, and we tend not to talk about it. So I also look forward to your comments. You'll see me looking over here. I've got my list with some examples. So here we'll start out. Chewing and mouth sounds, misophonia, chewing, lip smacking, loud breathing. I used to get scolded for this as a kid. So I'm very aware of that one. Clothing sensitivity. Oh my gosh. Tags. I have to cut all the tags off. Seams, tight collars, wool. Wool socks are awesome, but I don't like the way they feel. Let me know your thoughts on that. Bright lights. Oh my gosh. This may have been the single reason I did not like school growing up. I love learning. I did not like school because of the bright lights and so forth. You also get that. It could be LED lights, computer screens, just any place where you've got those bright fluorescent lights. Food textures for some, yogurt, tomatoes, mushrooms, oysters, and so forth. Strong smells, perfume, smoke, cleaning products. Now, you know I'm coated down in all the perfume. Actually, I'm not, but it is a law since I live in Asheville that you've got to wear patchouli, which for me, patchouli smells like a combination of body odor and weed. Anyway, not a law. I'm kidding with you, of course. Crowded places. Oh my gosh. Malls, concerts, airports, some of the big box shopping things, which includes also the sounds and the lights and so forth. Repetitive movements, and this one's called Misokinesia, like watching somebody who has a bouncing leg or clicking the pen. Now remember, that's typically their stimming behaviors. That's how they're regulating their nervous system, releasing anxiety, or when they're excited, doing the same thing. So it's kind of our job to tune it out, look away, position ourselves. It's not our job to tell them to stop. Now, if the pen clicking is really distracting, perhaps we can ask them to reduce that, but just be aware, we don't want to shame people because of stimming behaviors, which we all have. Last but not least, multiple conversations. Are you like me? I cannot. I can only listen to one person at a time, and it becomes very overstimulating to have several people talking. And I think that's another thing with concerts is, you might be there with friends or family or whatever, and I can't entertain conversations while trying to listen to the artists and so forth. Let me know if these are things. Ultimately, what I was hoping to do with this one is let you know that these sensitivities that you may be consciously aware of, but maybe not be talking about, are normal and common. So you're not unusual for experiencing these. As you'll see, there's actual names for this, not diagnosis. It's just stuff that we actually experience. So let me know if this resonates, and I look forward to talking to you on the next video. Take good care.